KL.
Yeah.
Okay. And what brought you here today?
I wanted to comment on the city's plans to extend the bike lane by one block.
Do you think it's not enough?
It's not nearly enough. It's like a part of me is encouraged to see the city talking about this, but a bigger part is discouraged that their conclusion is that one block extension of a bike lane into downtown is enough for this year. It's not even close. It's almost insulting.
And when you saw this latest plan, were you expecting more to be done a lot quicker, even just for the case of this summer?
Far more.
Because I see it hasn't even gone to 11th yet. I think it would go.
I mean, it connects to where you can also bike into the plaza, but like as it is now, you can just bike into the crosswalk illegally and into Victoria Park, where you're somewhat discouraged, and get to the plaza where there's no vehicles or slow vehicles anyway. So utility is only useful if you're trying to roll right up to the library. As far as connecting to the plaza, it's slightly redundant. It will be slightly better to have a painted bike lane. It's not anywhere close to safe as a separated bike lane would be, though. And other cities that are light years ahead of us are doing those sort of things. So I don't know why we can't learn from the cities that are doing the best infrastructure and copy that instead of seemingly muddling along with incremental changes.
One of the things is like this plan is going to take 25 years or something.
Yeah, I mean, like that it can obviously get rolled out faster than that, but that's just because the Design Regina is a 25-year plan. And the Transportation Master Plan is for shorter, but that one hasn't been approved yet by City Council for some reason. It feels like they're dragging their heels for some reason. The changes need to happen very quickly if we want to mitigate our pollution that we know we're contributing to, with almost 85% of people that drive by themselves in this city. So if we don't start changing the infrastructure, I don't think we can reasonably expect people to start changing their behavior.
Have you biked here for long? Have you biked here all your life?
A long time. I started as a cycle commuter in 2000 in Saskatoon. I've done it a bit in Ottawa. I've used bike shares in Ottawa. I've biked in Regina commuting since 2001. Off and on since I've been here.
The progress since 2001? Non-existent?
Negligible. I mean, the bike lane that I think existed on Wascana Parkway back then, and it has always ended before the Broad Street Bridge, and then you're sort of left fending for yourself, like you're supposed to puff out of existence when it says bike lane end.
Bike lane to nowhere.
Yeah, it's a bike lane to nowhere, and then so you then become an illegal cyclist in the crosswalks and on the sidewalks, trying to connect up to other pseudo-bicycle infrastructure like Wascana Drive through the park, and then you have to like hop up over curbs onto dirt trails to get to where you're going more directly, and that infrastructure hasn't changed. What the biggest improvement was maybe around 2009, whenever they installed the original bike lanes on Lorne and Smith. But then if you go south, you immediately see the shortcoming, because you end up into the street that goes into the museum, and there's no curb cut going on a sidewalk to connect you to the other Wascana Drive. So you end up in the parking lot at a dead end, where you can like turn onto Albert Street or go left or right illegally on the sidewalk. So that's useless because it doesn't just jog one block over on College Avenue to join up with Wascana Drive, where the bike lane comes out and heads north to down Lawrence Street to where we're talking about now. And so like to have all this isolated infrastructure, and then again to have another isolated one block extension that really connects almost to nothing, like what's the point? Why are we doing it this way? Why aren't we building the segregated cycle lanes that are shown to improve safety by up to 50% or more?
And like, what do you think of the fact that things like cycling appeared in the 2015 budget, disappeared in the 2016 budget? Do you think that's something the city just aren't taking seriously enough?
I don't think City Council and the Mayor take cycling seriously at all. I've seen Bike Regina present at several budget meetings asking for like paltry amounts of effort, and all that I've seen basically is like slightly improved snow clearing in the winter. and that's just an ongoing operational thing, which is a good thing to change, but it's nothing to do with infrastructure changes like building new separated bike lanes. So it's the amount of construction and investment from this council, I think in the last 4 years has been close to $0 as far as infrastructure goes, and that's probably about 20 or 200 million short of where it should be.
And what do you think? So, like, any comment on the fact that it's just going to be a paint? Was it yourself that made gags on Twitter about the fact that they're just painting?
Yeah, they're just painting a block. I joke that I've already, hey, don't worry, we don't have to have this meeting. I just painted a block. It took 30 minutes. I mean, like, I saved 2 hours staff time for all these people that are, working over their lunch, and I didn't have to come down on my lunch break and chide the city for not having the initiative to finally just do something.
So if you were thinking, are you saying that the money's there but it's just not a priority for them?
There's no money there, and it's not a priority. They haven't put money there. We've spent probably $100 on pictures of what the ideas are. Almost offends me, because they could have just done it, and it's just paint. I mean, if it doesn't work out, you paint over it again with tar or something, right?
It's not done yet.
And it's not, and it won't be done yet. And who knows if it'll be done this summer? Like, the city tends to get around to painting things in August or September when the season's almost over.
Future plans. That's 15th. 15th is okay.
So yeah, I'm a little discouraged.
Yeah, I think I have enough from you there. Oh yeah, one more thing. As a biker around the city or a cyclist, is this a dangerous city to cycle in?
It's not excessively dangerous, but I'd still rather cycle than be in a car typically, because even though bikes, you can be exposed to the elements and stupid drivers pretty easily, for every minute you're on a bike, you're extending your life, really. You're being more fit than if you're going in a car, which tends to take years off your life. So I've only ever been hit by a car in Yorkton while biking, not in Regina, not in Saskatoon, not in Ottawa.
Okay, so you haven't been hit in Regina, so that's...
No, I've died on my bike, but that's an unrelated thing to cycle safety.
Oh. That's for the next interview, I think.
I've already been on the front page of the Leader Post for that.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I have a cardiac problem that it was triggered by biking around, and I had a cardiac arrest, and so I slumped over my bicycle on a bench in the park, and CPR and NAED saved me.
Wow, gosh, geez, you're lucky.
I am.
God. But are you attached to